Hello and welcome. Welcome to the basement, where I am searching through boxes. And sometimes I find something interesting. For example, I found a box with an assortment of cables. Ah, why is it when I touch the cables they try and fall? I have to just pick through them and figure them. What is this? Ah, this is a vintage, interesting, rare Commodore PET to IEEE cable. It is. It has an edge connector thing on here, and then it has this other D connector on here. Very helpful, because when you have a Commodore PET and you're going to connect it to a disk drive, the first thing in the chain has to be a PET to IEEE cable, unless you have an adapter that gives you an IEEE connector coming out of the back of the machine, which is rare, but they do exist somewhere. I have seen them. I remember there was a fellow at the World of Commodore years ago who had some, and I was like, gee, that'd be interesting. Maybe next year I'll get some. Well, I haven't seen them since. All right, there are other cables. They were all in the box, all wrapped up tight, and they have not been sorted through. They have not been. All right, this one. Okay. This is not an IEEE cable. All right, this. Ah, why do cables get so tangled? Why? This one is a printer cable of sorts. Now, what does it go to? Well, that is a Centronics parallel interface, and this is a DB25 connector. Now, probably this goes to an IBM or most Amigas, not the Amiga 1000, but I would have to check. The first Amigas, the Amiga 1000, had a horrible thing that if you took a regular cable and used a gender bender, that you would fry the printer because the pinout was not the same. Not wise. Now, okay, I think I can get at this one easily. Okay, because, of course, what have I found? Another PET to IEEE cable. You can always tell the upside of this because over here it says Commodore and it has the logo, because not that it will do any harm, but it certainly won't work if you put it in backwards. And these things, they only fit one way, although this one has written on it top. It's funny, this one, it has something written on the bottom. I don't think it says top, but it certainly isn't the top. And these are supposed to have little spacers in there, so you can only plug it in one way. But of course, they're not there. Are they in here? No. They're not there. Alright, more cables. More cables. Pick through them. These will go upstairs to the pet room, and I have up there a fan that I hang cables on. And these will go there. Now this one looks interesting. This is not the same. This is... I don't understand this exactly. It looks like it has... It does. It has two of these. It does. So this would be for a printer thing, but computers don't have this kind of end on it. So maybe this is an extension, perhaps, but it wouldn't go into this. It may be that what this was a cable that went to a junction box where, you see, the thing about printers is, back in the day, oftentimes people had more than one for different things. So, but hooked up to the same computer. So you could, in fact, get a box, a switch box, where you could have the thing going in and then having cables going out to the different things, and depending on what you're doing, you would flip the junction box thing, sometimes it would be AB, others were A, B, C, and D, depending if you had a printer for regular things and envelopes and labels and stuff, you might. And it's funny because this too, this is another cable. I bet you that's what it was. I bet you these were for a switchboxy thing. Same thing, two connectors, both male on the end. I'll tuck those aside. And what is this? Aha, here is another. It's an IEEE cable, but it is not a PET to IEEE cable. It is an IEEE to IEEE cable with the same connectors. And this would be when you had, oh, this is long. When you had a PET. Whew, there we go. Get ready to take these upstairs. This looks like 6 feet, 8 feet. I don't know. Anyway, just looking at the connectors to make sure they're still there. When you had a Commodore PET, you would have, the first thing would have to have a, wait for it, a PET to IEEE. Huh, it's funny, this is marked top, but I know it's not so. The logo is the top. The Commodore logo is the top. It is. Anyway, you would have one of these cables that went in usually to the, always on the circuit board, and then this would usually go to the disk drive, and then you would take an IEEE to IEEE cable, connect onto the back of this to go to another printer or to a modem or other such things. You would. So they were all necessary. So typically you would have, if you had a PET, you would have, and a disk drive, you'd have a PET to IEEE cable. But if you had a printer, you would then have another IEEE to IEEE cable. And if you had another modem, or if you had another printer, you would have other IEEE to IEEE cables. You only needed one PET to IEEE cable. That is what you needed. Anyway, I will take these onto the pet room. I will hang them on the fan with other things, and I will see about testing them and making sure that they are good before I could possibly ponder the thought of perhaps selling some of them, because they are hard to find. The IEEE to IEEE cables are still used in the industry somewhere, and they can be got. But the PET to IEEE cables, well, there may be somebody out there, somewhere making them. I don't know. But they were expensive back in the day, and they're still expensive to this day. They are. My stuff here is sliding. Oh, don't slide. Stay on the table. Stay on the table. Okay. Okay, there we go. Getting a little dirty. Anyway, so I found these in a box. And it's funny, I guess I was packing quickly because I found things in a box that had nothing else to do with any other Commodore stuff. But now they will be reunited with other like-minded cables, and they will eventually be tested and sorted and figured, etc. So I have much to take upstairs. I think I will do that. So thanks for coming. If you have any questions about Commodore things, don't hesitate to ask. I might know the answer, and if I don't, like for example, I got a message this morning from somebody looking for a program called Moving Pictures on the Commodore 64, and it was done by two people from the Transactor, Nick Sullivan, and now I don't remember the name of the other one. And I know I don't have it, but I did find it on eBay. But it may also be that somebody somewhere has made it into one of those files that you can download onto your SD card and load into your SD. This is all foreign to me. I've not done it. But anyway, if anybody out there has or knows where or whatever to find a program for the Commodore 64 done by Nick Sullivan and another fellow called Moving Pictures, let me know. I don't need it, but others are in search of it. I guess they're doing something. I guess they are. All right. So, and once again, you know what? I've been talking about, don't try to be helpful, be helpful. So when I got this message and I knew I didn't have the thing, I did write back and I said, well, I'll look, but I'm sure I don't. Although it may have been on a disk from the transactor, but I don't think I have them. But then I just did a Google search and I found it on eBay. Now there was one that was outrageously priced. Then there was another that was not so outrageously priced. So I said, oh. So I did pass it on to the people who are looking, because maybe they'll just want to bid and get it. I don't know. We shall see. I am wondering, are my cables interfering with my communication? No, I think we're okay. Anyway, that is enough for now. So thanks for coming to the basement. Who knows what else I will find? Who knows? Have a lovely day. Bye for now.